An NBC 10 investigation into an incident captured on video many of you may find disturbing. Allegations of police brutality in Atlantic City sparked 2 investigations. A New Jersey family says a half-dozen officers beat their unarmed son and then released a police dog on him. NBC 10's investigative reporter Harry Hairston's been working the story for days. Harry, what do you have for us?
Jay, after working the story for days, as you say, Jim, we have the video of this incident from beginning to end. But we should warn you, what you are about to see is graphic. Shortly after words are exchanged between 20-year-old David Carter Castellani and Atlantic City Police, 3 officers force Castellani to the ground. Moments later, a 4th officer gets involved. The June 5th incident is caught on an Atlantic City casino surveillance camera. Castellani had just been kicked out of a casino because he's underage.
It horrified me. Absolutely horrified me.
44 seconds into the scuffle, a 5th officer gets involved. Castellani's parents tell me now, 4 months after the incident, they still have difficulty coping with what happened.
It's been a nightmare. It's been a nightmare for us.
The worst day of my life.
Castellani's parents say the most horrifying part of this recording comes seconds after this police K-9 vehicle arrives while their son is face down in the street.
With his hands behind his back, then the K-9 truck pulls up, and without any assessment of the situation, the K-9 officer releases the dog onto my son's neck.
Look again. It appears the officer releases the dog on Castellani twice. Photos taken after the incident show the wounds to the back of Castellani's head and neck.
As bad as it was, and it was horrible, I thank God that at least he was alive and it didn't get the front.
We went to the Atlantic City Police Department for comment and a copy of the police reports. Through email, the department declined to release any information about the incident or the officers. But when I reached Chief Ernest Jubilee by phone, he confirmed Internal Affairs and the Atlantic County Prosecutor's Office are investigating the incident. He also tells me he viewed the tape and, quote, saw no reason to suspend or remove the officers from their regular duties. The chief also says because of the investigation, the officers cannot comment. Castellani's parents say police charged their son with aggravated assault, claiming Castellani punched an officer and choked the police dog.
I'm an attorney in the community, and I've represented police officers before, and I've never in my life seen anything like this, let alone with my own son.
Castellani's attorney tells me the Atlantic County Prosecutor's Office is reviewing the charges against his client. He says he hopes to get those charges dropped. Jim?
Harry, what more do we know about the officers involved that we saw on that tape?
Well, I can tell you right now, police are not releasing the names of the officers, but we have identified the K-9 officer. Coming up tonight at 11, we'll tell you who he is and what we've learned about him.
Now the NBC 10 investigators, we're learning more about an Atlantic City K-9 officer accused of excessive force in this arrest. As we first reported on NBC 10 News at 6, the K-9 officer allegedly released his dog on a man other officers already had face down on the ground. Investigative reporter Harry Hairston has the new information tonight.
We uncovered these legal documents and an internal police report that shows a history of accusations of excessive force against the officer. 20-year-old David Carter Castellani is seen here after being kicked out of a casino for being underage. While leaving the area, he stops and exchanges words with police. Moments later, officers approach Castellani and take him to the ground. 5 Atlantic City police officers are caught on a casino surveillance camera, striking Castellani as he was lying face down in the street. Officer Sterling Wheaton arrives with his K-9. Wheaton appears to release the police dog on Castellani.
Absolutely horrified me.
The dog bites Castellani in the neck and back of the head. Castellani's parents say their son's head is numb, and doctors tell them he may never be the same.
They don't anticipate that will go away because that was from the lacerations, and the doctors explained that some of the nerves, they get severed in the scalp.
Castellani is suing the officers, accusing them of using excessive force. But as we uncovered, this is not the first time the K-9 officer has been accused of or sued for alleged excessive force. Officer Wheaton is named as a defendant in his 2010 lawsuit filed in federal court in New Jersey. It's alleged he and his partner knocked a man to the ground, then punched and repeatedly kneed the man. I contacted Wheaton's attorney, who says the case isn't over and she looks forward to a trial. The NBC NBC 10 investigators also obtained this internal police report. It shows Atlantic City Police Internal Affairs investigated Wheaton 15 times in 2 years for allegations of misconduct, including 12 claims of excessive force or assault between 2008 and 2010. Each time, the department concluded Wheaton clearly did nothing wrong, or there was not enough evidence to clearly prove he did do something wrong. His attorney says she's confident the internal affairs investigations were complete and thorough. The Castellanis say they still find it difficult to cope with what happened to their son.
By the grace of God, I think my son was able to turn one way. I think, or else some of the physicians that have treated my son so far have said that he would have been dead.
Castellani's attorney tells me police charged Castellani with resisting arrest, aggravated assault, and disorderly conduct. The family is fighting to get those charges dropped. For the investigators, Harry Hairston, NBC 10 News.